Hello students, I am your maths teacher. In today's class, we are going to see about a new topic, factors and multiples, that is exercise 2A and 2B. So in this topic, we are going to see few headlines based on this, that is factors, multiple, prime number, composite number, co-prime numbers, and rules for test of divisibility by 2, 3, 4 and 5. Each topic we are going to do the sums, factors and multiple. Suppose if you are going to take an example, number 35 means 7 5s are 35. So the number 35 can be written as 7 into 5 or 5 into 7. So this 5 into 7 is known as factor, and that number 35 is called as multiple, and those things we are going to see in detail in your video, students. And we are going to link prime number, composite number and co-prime numbers. We are going to link all these three concepts together and we are going to see the sums. And rules for test of divisibility, starting from 2 table to 5 table, we are going to see the problem based on that. And all these concepts are based only on multiplication. So students, if you are thorough with your multiplication, it will be easy for you to do the factors and multiples. That is chapter 2 sums. You can do it easily, and now we are going to start with the sums. Factors and multiples. The first one we are going to see about factors. So what is the meaning of factor is, if two or more numbers are multiplied together to get a product, the meaning of product is the value what we are going to get. Then each of the number is called factor of the product. Multiple, the product of two or more numbers is called multiple of each number. So while I am reading the definition, it will be most commonly it will be similar, students. We will see with an example. If I am going to have a number 35, this 35 can be written as 5 into 7. The possible way of splitting that number into small number is 5 into 7. Except 5 into 7, I will not get any other factors. So 5 into 7. 35 is a number. I am splitting that 35 in the form of multiplication, that is called as factors. 5 into 7. This 5 into 7 is known as factor and 35 is known as multiple, and that is the concept we are seeing in this two definitions. Here while I am reading 5 and 7, that is 5 and 7 are factors of 35. They will be telling this as factors of 35, and 35 is known as multiple of 5 as well as 7. So based on this idea, we are going to start with the sum. So exercise 2A, first sum, is 35 a factor of 455? Whenever they are going to ask you whether the particular number is a factor of the given number, means you're going, now what is the question given here, students? 35. They are asking you to check whether 35 is a factor of 455, means I am going to take my rough book now. Just 455 divide by 35 table, directly by 35 table. So while I am dividing, I should get the remainder 0. If I am going to get the remainder 0, so what is the meaning? 35 into 13 is equal to 455. That is the concept. So I will be dividing. Whenever they are asking you to check a particular number is a factor or not, means I will be dividing the number. By dividing, if I am going to get the answer as 0, means then this particular number is known as factor of 455. So the first question, 35 is a factor of 455. Same way, for 13 also you are going to check. If I am going to, is 13 a factor of 816, means I will be 816, I will be dividing by 13 table, students. While I am dividing, I am not going to get the remainder 0. It is going to, till it will be crossing the decimal point. So in that case, the particular number is not a factor. I will not get the remainder 0. So that is a concept. But if you see the third sum, they are asking you to check in two tables. That is, using 5 table you are going to divide this number, and using 3 table also you are going to divide this number. While I am dividing by 5 table, that is 1647. While I am dividing by 5 table, I am getting the remainder 0. When I am getting the remainder as 0 is, while I am putting the decimal point, after decimal point only I am getting the remainder 0. So that will not be accepted. After decimal point will not be accepted in the case of factor. So 5 is not a factor of 1647, and 3, while I am dividing, I will be getting the answer as 0. So 3 is a factor of 1647. The next 3, 7 are factors of 154. Same way, I have done the rough work, students. You are going to check, you are going to see the tables. While you are getting the remainder 0, automatically it is a factor. If you are not going to get the remainder 0, it is not a factor. You are going to just work out and see the 4th and 5th sum. Coming to the second question, students. Second question is not a big concept, very easy, only based on tables. I am just going to read only the questions. Write the first 8 multiples of 7 means you are going to take the 7 table. I have done in the rough work. You are going to take the 7 table, students. 7 ones are 7. Starting from 1 to 8, you are going to multiply the value with the table 7. So 7 ones are 7 to 7 eights are 56. I will be calculating. And whatever answer I am going to get here, those answers I am going to write here. That is, the first 8 multiples of 7 is 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49 and 56. And those are the answers we are getting in 7 table. Coming to the second question, write the first 10 multiples of 5 means 5 table. 5 ones are 5 to 5 tens are 50. Those values you are going to write. And similarly, third question, write the first 6 multiple of 11 means 11 ones are 11 to 11 six are 66. And the answers we are going to write it here. Before starting with sum number 3 and 4, we are going to see the concept of prime, composite and co-prime. So what is the meaning of prime? First we will see the example. If I am going to take a number 2 means I must get the answer 2 when I am multiplying. So 2 ones are 2, 1 twos are 2. Similarly, if you are going to take the number 3 means, if I multiply, I should get the answer as 3 means 3 ones are 3. 1 threes are 3, except this I will not get the answer as 3. So if I want to get the answer as 3, 2, 3, 5 means while I am multiplying, only this is the possible concept. So if you see a 1 and the same number, 1 and itself and exactly 2 divisors, this is called as 2 divisors. So regarding prime number, a number which has exactly 2 divisors, that is 1 and itself the same number, is called a prime number, and that is the example I have given here, students. Composite number also, the same concept will be repeated, but you will be having more than 2 divisors, and you have to be clear in this place. All the numbers are multiplied by 1 and itself, but the numbers which are multiplied by 1 and itself is known as prime number, and the numbers which are multiplied more than 1 and itself is called as composite number. So if I am going to take the number 4 means I should get the answer as 4 while I am multiplying means 4 ones are 4, 1 fours are 4, 2 twos are 4. Similarly 6, 6 ones are 6, 1 six are 6, 2 threes are 6, 3 twos are 6, and similarly 8. If you see all these concepts, in this place also the number is divided by 1 and itself, and other than that I am getting another divisor. So it is crossing more than 2 divisors. A number which has more than 2 divisors is called composite number. So that is the difference between prime and composite. Coming to co-prime. So what is the speciality of co-prime? Is there any co-prime means I am not going to take only the prime number, I will take any number, but the concept here is I will be comparing 2 natural numbers here, students. Be careful, I will be comparing 2 natural numbers are called co-prime numbers if they do not, understand the concept, if they do not have a common factor other than 1. They will not have any common factor except 1. For example, I am going to take 2 natural numbers, 2 numbers, 3 and 8. And why they are telling it as natural numbers means you have to take only positive values. That is the meaning of natural numbers, and starting from 1. That is the concept they are telling here. I am going to take the number 3 and 8. 3 can be written as 3 into 1, and 8 I have to split it in the form of factors. 4 twos are also 8, but it should be a prime values, that is 2 into 2 into 1. Maximum you have to break that number. 8, 2 into 2 into 2 into 1, maximum possible factors of 8 is this one. Now if you compare the factors, nothing is common except 1 no other number is common. So, this particular combination 3 and 8 are called co-prime numbers. I'll be comparing two numbers. 3 and 8 are called co-prime. Why means only one is common to both and no other number is common to both the values. So, using the concept of prime, composite and co-prime numbers, we are going to see the sum number 3, students. That is, write all the prime numbers between 1 and 50. You are going to write the numbers in an order from 1 to 50, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 till 50. I am going to write all the numbers here, students. And in that I am going to check all the values, and whatever values I have circled here is called as a prime number because it is the number which is divisible by 1 and itself. So, the prime numbers between 1 and 50 are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43 and 47 are those numbers which are known as the prime numbers between 1 and 50. And the speciality of 1 is, while I am talking about prime and composite, the number 1 is known as both prime and composite numbers. So, be careful in that place. The next one is, they are asking you to find the co-prime pairs, that is, make a pair of co-prime numbers from 15, 21, 28, 16 and 11. I am going to take 15, 21, 28, 16 and 11. I am going to find the factors. What I am doing here is, I am splitting the numbers as much as possible. You are going to split the numbers in the form of factors. Even this 21 can be written as 7, 28. 7 4s are 28 is also correct, but that 4 is also splitted as 2 into 2. And if you check here, all the numbers are co-prime. I will be splitting in the form of prime numbers. So, you will not have any composite number. You have to be careful in this place. So, how to form a co-prime number pair? Just take the number 15 first. 15 I am going to compare with 21. If you see, the number 3 is repeated, so I cannot pair. Then 15 I am going to compare with 28. Except 1, nothing is common. So, 15 and 28, they will get matched. 15 and 16, check and see, nothing is common except 1. So, 15 and 16. Similarly, 15 and 11. Like that you will be checking. Once 15 is over, I will just remove this 15. Then I will just close this one. And the next one is, I will be taking 21. 21 and 28, while I am comparing, 7 is common. So, I will not match it. 21 and 16, while I am comparing, nothing is common other than 1. So, 21 and 16 I will be writing here. 21 and 11, nothing is common. So, 21 and 11 is a co-prime values. Once 21 is over, close this one, come to 28. 28 and 16, it is not a co-prime number since 2 is common to both. 28 and 11, co-prime because other than 1, nothing is common. Coming to 16, 16 and 11, both are co-prime. So, that is the concept of co-prime numbers. That is, we will be comparing the two numbers. Except 1, no other value should be common to both. Next, we are going to move on to rules for test of divisibility. Rules for test of divisibility by 2, 3, 4 and 5 table. We are going to see for 2, 3, 4 and 5 table, students. And test of divisibility by 2 table. 2 table, how I am going to check whether the number is divisible by 2 or itself. By seeing the number without dividing, you can easily identify whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. I am taking some examples, that is 10, 22, 3408. I am going to just underline the last digit, that is ones digit. If you see here 0, 2, 8, those values are multiples of 2. So, a number is divisible by 2 if its ones digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, or I can say in other words, if the number ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 means I can say that particular number is divisible by 2. Coming to divisibility of 3, first I will tell you the example. If I am going to take a number 2565 means 2, 5, 6, 5. I'm going to find the sum of digit. What is the meaning of sum of digit is 2 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5. To find whether that particular number is divisible by 3 or not, just like a shortcut method we are going to use here. 2, 5, 6, 5, you are going to add the number, students. I am getting the answer as 18. This particular number 18 is divisible by 3. If this number is divisible by 3, automatically I can say 2, 5, 6, 5 is divisible by 3. 6 3s are 18. So this number will also be divisible by 3, even if you can check and see by division. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digit of the number is divisible by 3. Sum of the digits, that is the concept. And coming to 4 table, if I am going to take the number 2, 4, 1, 8, 2, 8, you are going to circle the last 2 digits. You are not going to add or do anything. You are going to circle the last 2 digits. 28. 4 table, 4 7s are 28. So this number is divided by 28. A number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by its last 2 digit is divisible by 4. So the last 2 digit is divisible by 4, students. So automatically I can say that particular number is divisible by 4. And test of divisibility by 5 is very easy. If your number is going to end with 0 or 5, then I can say that particular number is divisible by 5. So using this concept, we are going to start with exercise 2b. Exercise 2b, first question, test the divisibility by 2. So using the rule, we are going to find if the ending number is going to be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 means those numbers are going to be divisible by 2. The first one is 1, the remaining is 0, 4, 2, 8. So yes means it is divisible by 2. No, it is not divisible by 2. Coming to the third test of divisibility by 3, second question. The rule is if you are going to have a number, you are going to find the sum of digits. 5, 7, 9 means 5 plus 7 plus 9. So that you will be getting a value here, students. The value is 21. You are going to check whether this 21 is divisible by 3. 7 3s are 21. So definitely it is divisible by 3. So yes, the test of divisibility is true for 3. Similarly, for the remaining, you are going to find, I am finding the answer as 23, 36 and 17. 36 is divisible by 3, yes, and the remaining 23 and 17 is not divisible by 3. Third question, test of divisibility by 4. What is the rule? You are going to check the last 2 digit. If the last 2 digit is going to be divisible by 4 means, then I can say yes. So 12, 38, 06, 56, 40. In these cases, 12, 56 and 40 is divisible by 4. The remaining is not divisible by 4. Coming to the test of divisibility by 5, fourth question. If the number is going to end with 0 or 5, then I can say it is divisible by 5. So if you see here, 9, 0, 1, 5, 0, 9 and 1 is not divisible by 5. So since the ending number is not 0 or 5. So in this video, we have completed exercise 2a and 2b, first 4 sum, students, based on the test of divisibility of 2, 3, 4, 5. The remaining rule we will be seeing in the next video. Go through the link carefully, understand the concept and write down neatly in your classwork note. Thank you.